Most people think being a cat person just means you like calm animals. Maybe you're introverted, maybe you prefer low-maintenance pets, simple as that. But psychology tells a completely different story, and once you hear it, the way you think about yourself and your cat will never quite be the same. You've had one of those days. Maybe nothing dramatic happened, no big argument, no crisis, just too many people, too many things asking for your attention. Too many moments where you had to smile and hold it together. You open the door, you drop your bag, you don't even kick off your shoes yet. And your cat, who's been alone all day, doesn't run at you, doesn't bark, doesn't jump, just looks at you from across the room, gets up slowly, and sits down right next to you. No noise, no pressure, just presence. And something in you exhales. Not because your day got better, but because for the first time in hours, nothing is asking you for anything. That feeling, your brain has been looking for it all day. Maybe you've always felt more at ease around cats than around most people. Maybe you've been called a cat person your whole life and just assumed it was about personality. It's not. It's about something much more specific. Something happening inside your brain that most people never stop to think about. Stay with me. Because what's coming next explains a lot more than just the cats. Not every brain works the same way. Some people feel most alive when things are moving. Loud rooms, full schedules, constant stimulation. For them, energy from the outside is fuel. The more happening around them, the better they function. And dogs are perfect for that brain. Enthusiastic, expressive, always ready to engage, always giving you something to respond to. But other brains don't work like that. For some people, too much external energy doesn't feel exciting. It feels draining. It feels like noise on top of noise, like being asked to give more when you have nothing left. Those brains need something different to recharge. They need quiet, space, the absence of pressure. And a cat walks into a room and doesn't demand a thing. It finds a spot, it settles, it fills the space without taking it over. For the kind of brain that needs stillness to recover, that's not just comfortable. That's exactly what it was looking for. Here's something most people don't realize. You hear your cat purring from the other room. You haven't even seen it yet. And already, your jaw loosens. Your shoulders drop. Your breathing slows down. That's not a coincidence. A cat's purr vibrates at low, steady frequencies. And your brain, before it even processes what's happening, reads those frequencies as safe. Nothing urgent, nothing threatening. You can stop scanning, you can stop bracing. Silence can feel heavy, noise can feel like too much, but a purr lands right in between. It fills the quiet without demanding anything back. For people whose brains spend a lot of the day in high alert, anticipating, preparing, managing, that automatic drop into calm isn't small. It's the thing their brain has been waiting for all day. When was the last time you didn't have to manage how someone felt about you? That's what cats give, every time. No expectations, no invisible rules, just a living thing that's happy to be in the same room as you. Think about how a dog greets people. The postman, your neighbor who it's seen twice, the stranger at the door, full excitement, every single time. Same energy, same enthusiasm, which is beautiful, but it also means the greeting doesn't really mean anything specific. It means, I like living things, you're a living thing, here I am. When your cat comes to you, it's different, because your cat doesn't do this with everyone. It doesn't sit next to just anyone. It doesn't choose just any lap. When it walks across the room and settles next to you, that small, quiet gesture means, I pick you. And for people whose brains have always craved connection that feels real and intentional, not automatic, not performed, that quiet choice feels like more than just a cat sitting down. Remember the first time your cat fell asleep on you, not just resting, fully, deeply asleep. Breathing slow, completely trusting. Felt small, but it didn't feel small at all, because trust that earns itself slowly almost always means more than attention that's available instantly. But here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't just about how cats make you feel, it's about why your brain recognizes itself in them. Your cat knocked the expensive bed off to the side and went to sleep in the cardboard box. It refused to be picked up for 3 hours, then showed up next to you at midnight like nothing happened. It's been staring at the same corner of the ceiling for 20 minutes, completely confident that whatever it's doing is exactly right. And somehow, you don't find this annoying. You find it kind of admirable. Why? Because your brain recognizes something in that behavior. A way of moving through the world that doesn't apologize. That sets limits without explaining them. That asks for closeness on its own terms. That disappears when it needs to and comes back when it's ready. Psychologists have found that people who prefer cats tend to score higher in sensitivity, creativity, and openness. Not introverted in the sense of being closed off. Introverted in the sense of, I notice things most people walk past. The slow blink. The tail that barely moves but says everything. The way your cat waits near the door before you even get home. The way it finds you on the nights you don't say anything about. Most people miss all of that. Cat people don't. And that ability to read quiet signals, it shows up everywhere else in your life too. Have you ever felt understood by your cat before a person did? If that sounds familiar, keep watching, because the next part explains why. Here's what this video was really about. It was never about the cats. It was about what your brain has always been looking for. A relationship where you don't have to perform, where you don't have to manage the other person's reaction to you, where your quiet isn't read as coldness, your need for space isn't read as rejection, your tiredness isn't something you have to explain or apologize for. Human relationships come with weight, even good ones, even loving ones. There are invisible rules. Be more expressive, be more available, respond faster, show me you need me. And even when people love you completely, there's almost always a version of you they're quietly hoping for. Cats don't do that. Your cat has never once wished you were different. It has never needed you to perform happiness you didn't feel. It has never measured how much you gave against how much it gave back. It stays. Not because it has to, not because it depends on you, but because it chose to. And for people who have spent a lot of their life wondering if they're too much or not enough, that is a rare and specific kind of peace. A kind of peace that's hard to explain to someone who's never needed it. But if you felt it, sitting quietly with your cat, no words, no performance, you already know exactly what I mean. And if you recognized yourself in any of that, the need for stillness, the preference for depth, the exhaustion from environments that ask for too much, that's not a coincidence. The same wiring behind why you love cats also shapes how you handle noise, crowds, social pressure. We looked at one side of that in a recent video about people who hate crowded places. Not because they're antisocial, but because of something specific their brain does when there's too much happening at once. Worth watching if any of this felt familiar. Cat people aren't distant. They're not cold. They're not afraid of love. They just learned, somewhere along the way, that the best kind of connection is the kind that doesn't need you to earn it every single day. And their cat figured that out before anyone else did. You didn't choose your cat, your brain did. Drop one word in the comments. The word that stayed with you.